I trust myself to jump there earlier, and I'll get it. Anyways. Oh my gosh, so much to talk about here. This game is ridiculously amazing. So this is Smart Ball. This is a game I had from my childhood. And really, that's one of the only ways that's easy to get into it, is if you've kind of struggled with the controls. The controls for this game, ridiculously hard. If you're not used to it, you better find a controller that you're good at using and just kind of practice with the controls a little bit. The speed strats are crazy, and you'll need to master almost all of them. Alright, so we're gonna be marathon savvy here. Grab an extra life. It's one of the nice marathon safe things about this game. There's life everywhere. If, for some reason, you game over, which it shouldn't happen with the amount of lives this game gives, you start off from the beginning of that stage. No sweat. It's a nice game to play if you're feeling nervous, or like me, if this would be my first platformer. No sweat. So this stage really shows off a lot of the good wall mechanics that Jerry uses. There's a little bit of momentum strats here. Those momentum strats, though, will come later in the next stage. So Jerry has various ways of attacking. He can either shoot these red balls he finds, or he scrunches and gets rid of things. We're going to scrunch most of the time and use the red balls on the bosses, as demonstrated there. These jumps are not very well defined in spots. There we go. You have to always be ready with backup strats. There are some jumps that are just really hard to get in this game, and most of the time you'll have a second chance at doing them, so it's no biggie. But look at that! That's one of the hardest jumps of the game right there. No sweat. Nice recovery there. So even if you mess up something, you can make it up most of the time later in the stage. It's no big deal. So this is 2B, or not 2B, ha ha ha. Anyways, this is the stage I told you where if you haven't mastered momentum, you're gonna be in a little bit of a trouble spot. I'll show you. There we go. Nice momentum jumps here. Really hard to get, but they look beautiful once they're done. And every letter, by the way, that you pick up, notice the J-E-R-R-Y? Those are checkpoints. So even if we die somewhere weird, most of the time, checkpoints are very generous in this game. We get the seed. This is one of the only times we use the seed as a weapon, so enjoy it. It is glorious to watch how we do this boss with the seed. Alright, here we go. This boss is a pain, so I'll ask for serious time here. Alright, so look at this. We already have nice access to the birds here. If you really try hard and you want to risk dying, you can do this in one cycle. We'll take the 12-second loss in a marathon and get some consistent stuff going here. There we go. Beautiful. Nice boss. Nice, safe, extra hit, etc. This is where the music starts getting good. So now Jerry finds himself in the desert. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to take a letter here, and we might have to die here. Yeah. Those are kind of hard to take in. So we're going to take, if that ever happens, we'll just take the letter there and keep it going. Those worms, it's almost impossible to jump on a slope properly. It's okay, no big deal. You take your mistake, you move on. That's how it works during a marathon, right? That just shows you how non-costly deaths are in this game. It's actually awesome. I love how marathon safe this game is. A lot of routing in this game. Especially marathon routing. It's a thing, but if you know what you're doing most of the time, if you know you're gonna have to take a death somewhere, you know exactly where to take it. And you know, I can even say beforehand, alright, I'm gonna take a strategic death here, I didn't mean to take this hit, so let's just die here and keep it on going. Alright, so Desert Part 2. We can jump over most of the sand here. We're gonna grab the jump, which is one of my favorite items. You saw the seed in the last stage. There's an iron ball. This jump is where it's at. Jerry moves at his fastest with this jump. Took an extra hit there, but that's okay. Just grab extra life there, because why not? Again, I'm all for just being marathon safe here. There's a few fancy things I can do in this game that doesn't cost me any time or deaths, but I will try to be as friendly to the marathon as possible. My estimate is beyond generous. It's 25 minutes. Most of my runs range anywhere from 20 to like 23. The extra 2 minutes are in there as buffer. No problem. That's just from knowing where those spinning blades are on the screen. There we go. Here we go. Not bad. Now for a very unusual boss. Enter jokes about, you know, that is the way you defeat the boss. Not very pretty, but quite funny. We got a little cutscene right here. This game is very unusual. And now of all places, okay, so we go from like plains to a town, to an underground sewer system, to another town, to the desert, and now to the moon? What were the developers thinking during this? I have to resist the urge to sing. I can actually sing these songs pretty well. I might do it as a donation incentive if there's enough demand for it. These moon bunnies will kill you. They may look sweet, but they're actually not. I do love to sing these songs, though. It is true. Unfortunately, we have to shoot these balls at the moon bunnies. Not very pleasant. I don't like killing the moon bunnies. They're cute. But it would be very embarrassing to die to them. Level 4 is... This is like a perfect time to read donations during that level, so I would let the reader do it during that time. Alright. Pink Floyd reference, Dark Side of the Moon. Why the heck not? Back to the creepy music from the underground. So, I've been talking about the Iron Ball, about how I'm not about it. On this boss, I'm about the Iron Ball. Look at that. If you thought this constellation was dead, though, think again. And there we go. There's a nice little quick kill there. It became a star. This is another level I love to sing. Okay, now I have to go back into commentary here. As lovely as this music is, and as lovely as I sing it during my attempts, I will get serious here. First major skip in Smart Ball. Whoop, right over the top. Nice little damage skip, skips a couple rooms. This is a really hard stage too, but this time, I think it went really well. Alright, let's keep it going. More water. This stage is annoying. I don't like it, but just this first room's bad. The nice thing is you can kind of slam Jerry into the ceiling there. Also, as if killer bunnies weren't cute enough, now we have killer penguins. Killer penguins. This is a thing in this game. I mean, heck, if a silly block isn't meant to have killer bunnies and killer penguins, like, if that's not silly enough, I give up. Alright, awkward hitboxes on this boss, but let's do it. So, you met all those little penguins. Now here's, like, kind of like the king of these penguins. This is Killer Penguin. Beautiful boss. That was nice and smooth. Alright, here we go, 6A. All the cute little penguins. You always take a hit there. Like, there's nothing you can do there. It's so sad. Okay, that's the only nasty part of the game. Pay no attention to that pig. He know not what he's done. That's another hit you're always gonna take, is right there on that flame. Whew. No. Okay, that's fine. It's gonna be okay, Jerry. Oh, that's no good. That's alright, we'll keep going. You take your licks there and move on. It happens. That's why we grab the halfway points. That's why we have backup plans upon backup plans, folks. Sometimes things like that will happen. That's probably one of the worst case scenarios in this stage, and look at how quickly I got back to where I needed to be. There we go. Boop! Up and over. If you get worked up about things like that, there's no way. You have to kind of accept the mistakes and move on. Alright, this is the nasty stage. We're gonna do our best to make up for the mistake in the last stage by being good here. There we go. Grab a little bit of life. Control is the name of the game in this stage. This stage teaches you to control Jerry's jumps. Neat little skip was found here recently. We're gonna go on the second tier and get this, and look at that, an extra health. As long as we do not take too many rapid fire hits from this big ol' mean bear, I think we got this. And look at that, one try. That is, if that's not a marathon save grizzly boss, and that boss, you can die in rapid progression there. But since, and I will give credit to him, the streamer's name is Smartball, since he discovered where that H up is, now we have no issues there. So that's funny. 6-1's usually not a hard stage, but it got us that time, I'll admit. But the next level is not too bad. So we're gonna take this balloon up. This marathon save strat again, found by the speedrunner Smartball. Not to be confused with the game. Alright, here's where we kind of do some button mashing here. Up the waterfall. Beautiful. And yes, those birds are actually safe to be on. Beautiful. Nice 7-1. That's a tough ascent, but there's been easier ways to handle that. So 7B teaches you jumping on slants stinks. Woohoo! Yeah, you're always gonna cut that jump kinda close there at the beginning. Woo! Woo! Come on, Jerry. We're gonna take this during the marathon every time. H-ups are beautiful things. You'll learn during level 8 just how beautiful H-ups are. So, 7A, you're going uphill. 7B, you're constantly going downhill. The game's kind of like, okay, here's the beginning theme again. Things are kind of winding down and coming to a close a little bit. So they present you with the cutest music in the game to kind of chill you out after the snow-covered worlds were kind of frustrating. So since we have 4 hearts, and since there's a safer way to do this now, I'm gonna try for the easy fish strats. No promises, though. Alright, so we got 1 land. Alright, we got 2. I'm not gonna go beyond 2 hits, though. There we go. But it is over? No. Phase 2, we gotta wait it out. As long as I have more than 1 health here, I will probably ask them to read donations. Just pay attention to where the fins are. No big deal. And now, we call this split that guy. And you'll see why. You're in the sorcerer's domain now. It is finally time for Jerry to get revenge. Or maybe he just wants to restore his figure. Who knows? You'll see at the end. Great dramatic music here, though. It lets you know, alright, this game is done being cute, let's get serious. So I'm not going to take any chances here. We're just going to go right up in here. I believe there's life here if I need it. Yep. The jump, while it is important in this stage, it is way more important in 8B. So here, we will call on the help of the seed, the mystical seed. It is so hard to not take a hit there. Alright, up the side we go. That's a skip, by the way, for this stage. Ah! And flames everywhere. You unfortunately might have to take a hit there. Oh! Oh my gosh, this piggy. But no worries, there's another life here at the end. The jump here would save a little bit of time, but... oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, somebody in my chat. Anyways, back to the game here. Alright, we're gonna try. Normally I would take a death here, so we might not see the cutscene twice, but I've done this battle enough. We'll give it a whirl. I don't like having 1 hit here, and actually my PB clutched it here, I want to say. So there's the sorcerer that transformed you, that you don't even get to see till now. You're like, what the heck's going on? Hang on. Beautiful. See, as long as you're careful there, you'll clutch that almost every time. Nice fight. Nice fight against Fake Jerry. Alright, 8B, biggest skip of the game coming up. It is a beaut. And look at that, we didn't even take damage. That is unique Totally happy to get that there. Normally you have to take a damage there. But because we were able to get the controls right, no biggie. Very nice beginning to 8B, by the way. Grab the extra life there, because why the heck not? Always good to have life in this level. Alright, most important jump of the game. It allows for a very easy way to fight the boss. Let's hang on to it. So a new way to this part just got discovered. It's actually quite nice. We're gonna take the bottom route here, whereas my PB normally takes top route. I'll take it. Woo! That's okay. We clung. We in there. And now time to fight the sorcerer who's been doing all the mean things. Beautiful. We're gonna stick to the left-hand side of the screen for phase 2. We have the jump because normally I think you have to wait to either get a perfect momentum jump or for the boss to jump some red balls for Jerry to throw at the sorcerer. But since we have the jump, we can jump right up and just bop him. It's very nice. Alright, so let's take care of him. That's it! 2142, my PB's 2102, so not too bad for a commentated run. I can truly talk and play this game, and now we get to see the awesome ending. I really enjoy this ending. So this is for the first time when the audience will discover, oh my gosh, Jerry's a boy. And finally finds his girl, being kept in the sorcerer's castle. That was actually a really good World 8. And that's his friend. Not the sorcerer, that's his friend, who hired the sorcerer. He feels horrible, but as right here, Jerry is very forgiving. We never know if the friend takes his hand back, but that's it. That's Smart Ball. Beautiful story, beautiful music. I think it's a really great offering for the Silly Block, and I hope you consider it. This was a submission for SGDQ 2016, and I'm Skybills, and I hope you enjoyed Smart Ball. Thanks, sir. One thing, though, I want you to notice, a lot of these names should look familiar. They have been amazing. They're also known as the staff that created Pokemon, like the Pokemon we know today.